Hi, I'm Melanie Florence, and this is Miss Melly Flo's Vibe Life. I am doing an elemental reading, mid-month elemental readings for the elementals, for the Fae folk out there. So I am doing elemental readings as my general readings that will always be. This one has got specific cards for the Fae. So I'm involved in a real Fae Only Facebook group, and I'm going to put up the content in that page and also in my page on Facebook, Miss Melly's Flow. So if you'd like to like that and this, subscribe, that'd be great. So I was already doing the elemental reading for the water element when something happened with my phone. So I already have half the cards out, and I'm going to go through them again, obviously, because you haven't seen them. So, ooh, just something on your phone. I love it. Recording through my phone. Got the spring on a thing. It's gonna go off every time. So anyway, water elemental folk. So we're sort of talking about our merfolk and our water dragons and our people who like to put their feet in the water. You know, the reason I'm not doing these in star signs is because sometimes your charts are all over the place. Mine is, and so what might present on the front as a Capricorn mer is not necessarily everything that's in the back of your charts. So I wanted to do these so that you can attach to the elements how you please, because they're all about our different bodies. And so the water is about our emotional body, our fire is about our faith and our spirit and how we feel about that, our passion. The earth sign is about our practical world and our material world, how we approach that, and our air is our communication, our thoughts, our intellect, how we learn stuff. And so they're all different sorts of our being. So that's how I'm breaking them up for people in my readings in general. So I'm going to get back to this reading, and I'm going to show you what we've got. So I am going to draw cards out of the Fairy Blessing cards from Lucy Cavendish. I've actually got a few of her decks. A friend of mine gave me one of her decks, and it sort of has inspired a few things back into my life, my Fae. And so I've already drawn one for this, and this is the Blessing of Anam Cara. And this is a deep card. This is about soul friendships and people that you can talk with, that you can talk real things, some therapeutic counseling sort of things. So it could be a friend, it could be a lover. I'm going to read the actual reading out because this is a blessing for the group. This is a blessing for our water Fae, and so I'm going to read it. I read it really well last time. Let's see how I go this time. Done it once, I can do it again. So we've got 37, which is a 10, which is a 1 about themselves, and it's a 0 about the whole and how we approach. So 37, Blessing of Anam Cara. So I'm going to, for funds, just put this down here over the top of what you've got in your reading. But the Blessing of Anam Cara, let's put it here so you can sort of see her. Alright, while I read from the Fairy Blessing Cards book. The fairy gift of a soul friend who is a boon to your life. The Blessing of Anam Cara. This blessing is essential to all of us. For all to be with an Anam Cara this is a blessing. This blessing is essential to all of us. For to be without Anam Cara, as the fairy goddess Bridget said, is to be a body without a head. Anam Cara is a blessing of the soul, a friend, a person who is loving and compassionately honest with us, to whom we can share the least of ourselves and be accepted and heard. Anam Cara is a friend, a lover, a mentor, a teacher, a therapist, and there is nearly always a spiritual dimension to the interactions. So the fairies bless you now with the gift of Anam Cara, a friend who will know your yearnings and gently guide you through to their fruition. A friend who treats you well, but does not accept the lies you tell yourself. Lay down your burdens with them, and they will show you a part of yourself that you may have forgotten, so that you can rise up again and be part of the world. Your spirit is flourishing in the richness of all the blessings that are about you. It is a friend who blesses you with their insights and gifts, from whom you can borrow strength when all of yours is at the lowest ebb. May you be blessed with this friend of the soul who will nurture you, your spirit,
attend to your visions and hear without judgment, advise you without criticism, and rejoice in your golden moments. May the fairy gift of Anam Cara be yours, a friend, and may your soul feel the balm of true companionship of the soul.
All right, Anam Cara. Okay, so I've also drawn from the Blessed Bee deck from Lucy Cavendish on my thing in a spring. I've also drawn the blessings of wisdom, of your wisdom. So you can see in this card that we are nurtured with our wisdom. There's soul animals around us. We've got the crow, who is sight, and we've got the owl, who is wisdom, and we've got the wolf, who is protective but seeks truths in their own inner selves. Will work together and work alone. Like this here is you and your wisdom inside, and respecting your wisdom of what you know and what your heart knows, like as our water element. Alright, so the next card is open. So we have initiate. So this is about curiosity and open and warm. And this is about spreading love. And this is the season changing. And you see her red fiery hair. And it's all about like the curiosity and the warmth. You know, and so this is a very spirit driven. This is like looking for little messages and looking for the signs and the symbols and being open to that and open to seeing what's out there. And you know, when we warm our heart, when we warm everything around us, we warm our soul. So, as I said, I've already drawn cards. So I've got this set up so that I can talk to you, but I've also got it so I can turn it to the deck, as you would have seen. So I'm going to turn it down so we can actually go through the cards that have already hit. So the first row of this reading is about our how we got here, how the path has led to here, how our little path has led to here. So this first, and so the next ones will be about our healing element, and then we're going to have how we can apply that in our practical world, and then we're going to have partnerships and self-love. All right, so I am going to just put this down to the deck. Okay, so all right, what have we got? So what I got on the table is, first up we've got rest. We've got the Four of Arrows. And so the Four of Arrows is about our mind. Air is always about our mind. But this is about, four is about healing and resting ourselves. Now this could include meditation, or binaural beats have been good for me. They don't talk to me, so they just rest. You know, listening to shaman loops and that sort of stuff. But this is about resting the mind, not even trying to think about that. You know, taking a bit of time, take a bubble bath, take some time out for you. Go to the spa if that's what you need. Like, take a bit of time out and rest your mind, because there's been a lot of information and there's a lot to it. So on an emotional level, this is saying you don't really need to shut down, and we've shut down to try all this information. It's time to rest. It's time to take some rest for you. Because this is about the seer. This is our, this is the high priestess. And the high priestess is the, you know, she's about being connected with our spiritual realm. And you can see it again. We see the owl in here. And this is endurance. And this is endurance and strength. And the roots of the world tree inside of here. And the things that are, like, the things that are spiritually. Like, this is connecting with not just our Earth Mother, but this is our higher being and higher connection. And that's the rest that we've taken. And alongside of that, we've got the Hermit. This is how we came to here. And so the Hermit is retreating to ourselves and learning our skills. And the Hermit isn't necessarily about not being social. It's more about, like, taking time out for yourself. And the Hermit isn't not doing anything. The Hermit is actually working on going through books and digesting more information and leveling up. Our soul is leveling up in this. This is what this seer is saying. It's leveling up to a higher place. And so this is, like, really about connecting to, you know, yourself. The Hermit is a Virgo sort of sign, and it's taking time out for yourself. Really, two Virgo cards next to each other right there, because this is the ultimate feminine Virgo. No, this is not. That's not. It's not the green. So, not the green woman. So this is a Virgo card. Alright, so the next card we have is in our water element. Our water elementals. So this is about love. Like, surprise. It's not always about connecting to other people. This is also about being the lover in ourselves and enjoying the lover and connecting to the things that we love, like our spirit, like gardening or doing the things that gardening, like, but doing the things that we love to do. And you know, the thing is, when you're attracted to yourself, you attract other people. It's about attraction. This card's a Gemini. This is about like attracting a twin flame, I guess. It always has been, like. But this is, you know, bringing your person to yourself in your emotion, or being connected to yourself. Like, but this is very much being, again, connected. This is our green woman, so, you know, connected with ourselves. All right. And what else has brought us to here is the Wheel of Fortune. So the world is changing. We have to accept that. Like, there's where we are. But we've always been changing. We're always evolving. And we as people. And this shows your cloak. This shows you. This shows the person that weaves this. This is showing you that you can weave your rug. What we let go of, what we hold on to. The world is changing. It changes over and over and over again. So here we are. And this is, you know, the dynamically, you know, we've got a movement. We've got a movement of the soul. Right, so the wheel of fortune just keeps changing. Alright, and again we've got the owl in there and the horse in there. This is strength, this is endurance. No, this is endurance of our wisdom. So, this is where we got to, right, guys? So the next 4 cards are about your, what did I say? Your healing element. I only put this reading together when I started doing my recordings, and so this is going to be my base reading for all of my readings. I'm going to do some new moon ones this evening, so I'll also be putting those out. They won't be Fae based, they're new moon readings for the collective, and I'll be adding the signs to it. Oh, so for the water element, we're going to start our healing with the healing card, which is morning. I'm going to put them all out, and then we're going to bring them up. Oof. Jumping. So I've been reading the Greenwood Tarot now for 25 years. Alright, this deck has been with me for my journey, and so it's nice to share it with everybody. Another one, too, healing element. Oof, it's come up twice as a healing element. It's really interesting. Jealousy is a healing element. Let's talk, it's banter. Alright, one more. Last hope. Alright, lightning energy. Alright, so water element. We have morning. So morning turning up healing. It's letting go of the past. It's letting go of what we had. It's letting go of stuff. Because the thing with morning is that we've already passed the grief. We've already hit the point that we've moved past that. We've past the shock of something. So this is about the rituals of healing ourselves and letting go of our past and letting go of, you're allowed to be, I'm a different person to what I was at the beginning of this year. I'm definitely a different person to what I was at the beginning of last year. So in 2 years, I can tell you that I'm a very different zone. I aim for this spot. This is where I was looking for. Like, but you still need to mourn and let go. Let go of past lovers. Let go and wish them well and let it be. You know, let go of, you know, it's interesting to let go of and go, I let go of part of myself so that I can move on. That's what the Hermit is saying, our higher self. It's why we did this. It's why we've moved. Things have changed. The lovers have brought us how we feel about it, but it's time to let go of everything that has made us feel this way. Because we have a little nest. We have a little nest that we've got to protect. We've got a little, like, you know, we want to protect our little zone where we are. This is little protections of stones in our physical world, and the page of stones. Like children, this is, you know, making your home, making your house, looking after it. Like, this is protecting what you've got, like, in your physical realm. This is like, this could be an job offer. These could be little material things that are going to come our way as our healing element. Like, and using and utilising, and maybe you've got art skills that you're not utilising and doing something with those. There's a lot of different ways that we could, page of stones could come in little messages of material, like gain and where we can go in our material world. Like little things that you can do, like little actions. One step after the other. When you're having your worst time in your life, one foot after the other is fine. If you want to stay still for a day and lay down and rest, that's fine. But it's like one step after the other, just one little action. Jealousy. Let's talk about jealousy. Jealousy is usually 3 parties. Alright, but because there's usually people talking from the outside, because we're talking about intellect, we're talking about air. But sometimes being jealous, we go and talk about healing element, is sort of going, somebody else is doing something that I want. And it's okay to sort of go, somebody else is doing what I want. If it's okay, it's being inspired,
you know, and it's okay to go, I want to head in a different direction, and I can see somebody's got something that I want. That little bit of jealousy, as long as you're not being envious of them and actually want to be them, then, you know, that little bit of, I'm inspired by something that somebody else is doing, and then I want to change my life, is actually okay. It's a little bit of energy in there. If this is third-party energy, and there's time to talk it out, and there's time to talk about, you know, what's been going on, then that's also where this card is sitting at as a healing element for jealousy. So the other healing element we have is big. This is lightning energy. As you can see, we have the blasted oak. So this is the tower. This is that moment. The trunk remains as the limb is cut free. You see the limb being cut free of the tree. And it's, see that energy, it's grounding out, it always does. And it cuts off, and it cuts off what we don't need, and it blasts it away from us. It's time to make a change. It's time to make a change of faith. And if you don't do it, it will do it. Now, we're never left with nothing. We're left with our foundations. We're left with our tree. This is cutting off bits and pieces. That it's like it's time to go. All right, and it grounds out, and it grounds out to the energy, and it earths out, and it gives the earth its own energy. But this is talking about something swift, and our letting go of things, and letting go of past issues in our mourning, and letting go and making a break. Make a break for it. That's a make a break for it card. So how do we apply this to our practical world? Okay. Good, and there we are. Injustice. Injustice. So we're using arrows still. Two arrows. Alright. No. We are going to take reflection because you're the card that turned up. Alright. Everybody was jumping. Alright, so how do we apply this to our practical world? Two is injustice. So this is things talking about, there's things you don't know. There's always something. There's always someone talking about, and there's talking injustice, and the scales are uneven, and her bow is broken, and we're talking about that she's blindfolded, she's protected. No, this is talking about what other people, and we're rest. Remember, we've come from that. And so what do we do with this with our practical world? How do we balance that out? Maybe know that it's there. Maybe it's like, you know, when you know something, you can actually work with it and just go, all right, fine. You can let it rest. You can let it go if you know something is there. Like, acknowledge that there has been an injustice. And acknowledge that the world isn't the same, and the scales are tipped, and everything's different, and it's all over this shop, because we've got the 2, 3, and 4 of arrows in there. So we're talking, you know, there's a transition. We're actually going 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see, we've got a few cards left to go. But, and so when we're talking about this is acknowledge. We acknowledge the world is different. If you acknowledge the world is different, things have changed, that it's not fair, and however that's rolling for you, then we can do something about it. So here we have reflection. Reflection is a water sign card. The water element card, you can see it's got a water element all written all over it. The moon, the mirror, the reflection of the water. We're looking back. The stork, which is our water queen, is sitting in this card. The tail that's in the water, almost temperance. But this is not temperance. This is a hangman. This is looking back at your life. This is looking back at it from a different angle. You know, the transition has happened. Your soul is already in the river. It's already on its way to the next place. You know, we're going from one place to another in transition of the mind. Like, this is transition of our emotions, and it's looking back and looking at things from a different angle. As we take a moment. And that's healing. Take time to heal yourself. Because this is about bringing fulfillment to you. This is not making decisions about what you believe in. This is actually fulfilling what you believe in. This is actually the healing again. See the snakes in the middle there, our kundalini, our good energy, our bad energy. We feed both. We feed it both back up and down our body. And so this is talking about actually fulfillment of everything inside of our spirit, because faith and wands are about our spirit and passion, and this is fulfilling our desires, and this is fulfilling them in a very spiritual way. How do you take your spirit, you take this energy, how do you take this, and when you look back on yourself and you know things aren't fair, how do you fulfill that part of your faith that is true to you? Because we want to live a congruent life, is what we all want to live. That's why we want to acknowledge that we are Fae. That's why we want to acknowledge that we're Wiccan, or we're a green urban witch, or we want to acknowledge those things about ourselves. How do you bring fulfillment of your faith in your world? Because things are different now. This is about you. Okay,
Next, we got partnerships. All right, and then after the next partnerships, 1, 2, 3. Partnership for the water elementals. For the moon. Oh, I need that one. Ooh. For the water elemental, for the moon. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Good, good, good. Alright, so 7 of Wands, we've got clearance. So this card is talking about clearance of, again, faith, spirit. Alright, we learn new things. We get new insight. We get given a new direction. We learn a new path. Each time we do that, it's time to do a bit of a spiritual backburn. It's okay to let go. We've done a lot of let go. We've taken a bit of hermit time. We've taken time to find ourselves. We're mourning, like we're letting go of stuff. You know, we're reflecting and crossing and making a transition. It's okay in your partnerships to do a bit of spiritual backburning and clear that clutter between them. This is on a real emotional level that we're doing emotional. It's all right to say to somebody, wow, at the moment we don't see it, or I don't see it like that anyway. I'm moving back on from that. I've got things that I'm trying to achieve. And it's about my spirit. This is my spiritual journey. I've broken away from things. I'm looking for fulfillment. So the 7 of Wands is always going to heal. And it's about clearing and doing some spiritual backburning. And letting go. We weed our garden. We chop down the limbs. We do our pruning. It dries up. We then, need to do a little bit set of that on fire and let go of it. It's part of our mourning. It's part of our clearance. And so then we've got rebirth in our partnerships. Rebirth because the cups are full. Rebirth because we know what we believe and we're confident in what we believe. We have good soul friends around us in our Anam Cara. We've got good teachers around us to help us. We've got good teachers around us to help us and give us blessings in our life. And so our cups are full. And you can see there that it's a big rebirth just in here. It's a very feminine rebirth of our emotional being. And see those cups filling over. All the ingredients are being poured into our soul, into our pot, into our being, to actually pour all the ingredients into you, and pour all those ingredients in, so you can have a rebirth in what you actually believe in your heart. All right. So one more card for self-love in this for the water elementals. One more card for self-love. Oh. Celebrate. Alright, we're not going there. So, the 4 of Wands. This is the ultimate. This is the ultimate celebration of union. This is the ultimate celebration of lovers. This is the ultimate celebration of family. And you can see the fire inside of that. And again, we go back to our faith. And this is us dancing around the bonfire. We've gone from just doing the backburning to really rejoicing and doing that backburning. Really rejoicing in what our faith is. Really rejoicing and celebrating who we are as a person and what our spirit is. This traditionally would be cards of marriages. Like the real things to celebrate in life, but this is about celebrating your spirit and celebrate who you are and how you've gone through this journey. You've got the seer up here and you've got the hermit and this turn of everything with the lovers and loving yourself, blasting away from things that have been happening. We really are blasting away for this application in our real world. Is like we're making the transition. We want fulfillment, clear it all for a rebirth in our partnerships. And here, celebrate. We need to party. People need to turn your music on. You need to turn your music on, people. All our water fae, turn your music on. Get connected with it. Make it live. Bring it live. Bring yourself back to life, because we can either see it one way or the other. Your cup is full or it is not. And we've got a rebirth for you that says your cup is full. You're putting in the right ingredients. Turn your music up loud and proud. Sing, celebrate. Alright, so I am going to draw 2 more cards for this reading. I'm going to draw one from the Earth Magic deck, which is, what's his name? Stephen D. Farmer. I think that's hilarious, the Earth Magic. But this is about elements, which is why I'm putting them into my elemental readings. So I got a few decks for these readings. I hope you're enjoying it. And I've got a few more decks on the way, so I will do a variety of this. There will be mid-month Fae readings. And I'm trying to put them out around the 14th, 15th. This is a new schedule for me, and I'm going to get it all to work, and there we are. Alright, so then for our elemental our water elemental readings, this is about fire, this is about passion, this is about your heart, and you've got fire all through here, and you've taken time to decide what the things that you believe in are. All right, it's time for you to express your passion. It's you. You're allowed to give your heart to everything you want with passion. Look at him. I've always did fire twirling. I could never do fire breathing. Burnt my fringe off and one of my eyebrows. It's great. Fire twirling. But take that passion and drive it into everything that you do inside of your fairy life, inside of your fae life. Give it everything. All right, so one more card. I'm going to do this from the Spellcasting Oracle just because these are beautiful cards. All right, and there it is straight away. These are new. All right, so again, and that's really funny because this wasn't on the top. All right, so we have truth. Truth again is about faith. This is your truth. It's what you believe in. You circle yourself. These cards have circles all through them, this deck. You circle yourself with this. This is a protection. And look, we've got faith, we've got fire, this is looking at the sun, this is looking at your belief, your shard of you, and trusting in you. You know, your truth. Because this is what we are. We're living congruently for your truth. And that's allowed to be whatever that you desire. You've grown, you've changed, you're clearing things out. And it's time to celebrate. Trust you. So, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you have, please hit like and subscribe. I have my Facebook page, Miss Melly's Flow, and I'd love to see you there. Join in where I post these up in my own inspirational stuff. This isn't just about tarot reading. I really enjoy doing these Fae readings. I really hope you've enjoyed them, and I will catch you later. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for watching.